Yo, try it, buy it, sell it. What's going on? Good afternoon, folks. Good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Thank you for stopping by. This is a very important live for me because there's a very important message I have to send out there. When you guys get up in here, please hit the comment button, the like button. Sorry, the comment button. Please comment if you want. You know what I'm saying? Leave a comment in the chat. So, I did a live earlier this morning where I talked about the bombing in Tennessee, and I also mentioned a woman who used to work for Merck, the pharmaceutical industry. She worked on a specific drug that was causing deaths and injuries in people, and so she quit her job and went on to basically talk about the dangers of crack scenes. Okay, she was a strong advocate for not having your children or even yourself get involved with the pharmaceutical industry in terms of medication and especially crack scenes. She was a real strong proponent of exposing crack scenes for what they really are, which are a danger. Now, her name is Brandy Vaughn. This woman was 45 years old when she died on December 7th of this year. She was a warrior. Let me help you guys understand. She was a warrior. I'm going to post a link in the description to a video where she's talking about how she was being intimidated leading up to her death. Now, she came out against SB 277. I never heard about that woman. When SB 277 was coming out, that's the bill to make it to where you can't get a medical exemption for crack scenes for your children unless you go through a state functionary, right? Like your doctor can say, okay, you're not medically able to get the crack scene, but then that's not good enough anymore. You have to go through a state functionary. The state functionary has to look at the doctor's information about why you can't take the crack scene and then approve it from there. Anyway, she was strongly against SB 277, and because she was a former industry insider, she had real insight into what these crack scenes can do to people in terms of the negative effects. Okay, and so she spoke out on that immensely, and that was her life's mission. But unfortunately, she passed away on December 7th. But her last post in December, she put a post saying that if she dies, then, she didn't want to hurt herself. She basically warned everyone that if she passes away, then it's foul play. She said that straight up and down. She said, if I pass away, it was foul play. I don't have any intent to harm myself. I'm in perfect health. According to she went through a battery of medical tests like I have recently. I suggest you guys do this. I also went through a battery of health tests. Anyway, so going on from there, she sat up there and said that suspects foul play if she ends up dead. Okay. And now the sheriffs where she lived in San Bernardino are saying that she died of natural causes. What's a natural cause? Like that is such a broad cause of death. You sit up there and gonna tell people that somebody died of natural causes who was 45 years old. It's not like she was 95 years old. She's 45 years old. She dies fighting against the pharmaceutical industry, which is a huge industry. Like, you're talking about David taking on Goliath. She was doing that. But she was talking about how people were breaking into her house, how they picked her locks, how they were able to put the code in to her security system to shut the alarm off. Like, they had intimate knowledge of all her security systems. They would leave things out. They left the ladder out in front of her house, right? Just left it there for her to come home and see, okay, somebody left the ladder here, positioned to where they could see up inside her windows, okay? They moved her statue all over the place. They did a number of things to intimidate this woman, to let her know, like, look, if you keep speaking up about this, you're going to have some problems. It's going to escalate. And that's exactly what happened. She did not back down. She did not stand down. She kept pushing. She kept pushing and speaking out against crack scenes. And in my mind, she ultimately paid her life. She paid for it with her life. She is a true martyr. And, you know, a lot of people talk a good game. You know, they out there and you know, they're so careful about how they're moving and all this other shit. Like, you listen. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Boardwalk Empire. I watched Boardwalk Empire. Let me ask y'all, did y'all get the notifications? Did y'all get the notification for this live? Because I feel like there should be more people up in here by now. Granted, I don't get hundreds of people or thousands of people in my chat when I go live, but by now, so far into it, I'm pretty sure I get more people up in here. Anyway, she put her life on the line, literally. She literally put her life on the line to fight against the administration of crack scenes and to basically the children and to everybody. All right. She put the information out there. She fought against this. She fought against the mandatory vac crack scene and all the other shit. She did that. And, you know, she should have had a lot more protection than what she had. She should have been protected. I feel like, and this is the thing, when people come out and whistleblow, that's basically what she is. She's a whistleblower. She was an insider. She was an industry insider for the pharmaceutical industry. She's a pharmaceutical industry insider. And when these people come out and speak out, and they start talking about what's going on within these organizations, within these industries, they are literally putting their lives in danger. When I speak out against stuff that I was never a part of, like, I'm just, you know, what they call a conspiracy theorist, right? So I'm not so much of a danger because I don't really have inside knowledge of some of the things I be talking about. I just use my common sense and I connect dots and I go by information that I research. But when you have people like her who are actually part of it, who come out and they speak, they're literally putting their lives in danger. Julian Assange, even people like Julian Assange, who had those papers, right? He had all this documentation that he was able to put out. Information that the people need to know, that the government didn't want people to know. He put his neck out there, and look what's going on with Julian Assange. Look what's going on with what's that guy's name? They did a movie on him. He moved to Russia. Forgot his name. Oh man, he had a movie. Joseph Gordon-Levitt played him. What's his name? He worked for the NSA, and he leaked information about how the government is snooping on our conversations and all this other shit. People like him put their neck out there, and who has their back? Who had Brandy Vaughn's back? I didn't know about Brandy Vaughn. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't know about Brandy Vaughn. If I'd have known about Brandy Vaughn, if I'd have known what she was doing, if I'd have known that she was going through all this, I would have volunteered to protect this woman. Real shit. Like, that's how we have to step up for these people. And this is why you see that they'll look at this as an example. They used her as an example. If you work in an industry who's doing all kind of nefarious acts, right? They're performing all kind of nefarious acts. They're committing crimes against the people, right? And they're using the government, and the government is protecting them, and they're using the guise of public health and all this other shit. When really their goal is to destroy lives, to commit eugenics, commit genocide in some form or fashion, listen, they will go through any lengths. They will stop at nothing to put an end to the whistleblowing. You understand what I'm saying? So this woman came out as a whistleblower, and who is protecting these people? You know, like, there people who are involved in these industries and they want to speak out. Every time they look at a story like this, even the Randall Cunningham, the dude that worked for the CDC, right? Randall Cunningham, he worked for the CDC. He found out that a flu vaccine was causing injury and death, were causing problems, and he basically had a dead man switch. He had a dead man switch. Okay, so when he died, or when he came up missing, the information that he had about these flu vaccines came to light, and he was missing for 2 months. And they found him dead in a riverbed, the same riverbed they had searched 20 or 30 times. All right, they had searched the same riverbed 20 or 30 times, and they finally found him there. The point is this: when they see stories like this, when people who want to speak out see stories like this, they're like, okay, if I speak out, my chance of living through this is very, very small. So I'm not going to do it. But if we can show that we can protect these people when they speak out, hey, look, reach out to these people. Look, I know what you're doing. I know you used to work for this industry, that industry. I want you to know that I got your back. And we gain as much support for these people as possible so that we can continue to expose what these industries are doing. The pharmaceutical industry, the prison industrial complex, the military industrial complex, the national security industrial complex. All these industries, all these entities that don't really have anything good for us in mind. Like, they don't give a shit about us. All they care about is advancing their power, advancing their wealth, advancing their riches, and keeping us as sheep. That's what they want. They want us to be the sheep. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to help. We have to protect these people. I want to salute Brandy Vaughn. Like, she's a warrior, man. Even though she was facing all this intimidation, she continued the fight, knowing that it could cost her life. Well, let's use her sad story as motivation to put this information out there. I shared her information. I shared her story with all my Facebook friends, because right now, people, and this couldn't come at a better time for the pharmaceutical industry, right? They got this new vaccine they want coming out. Yeah, I heard Jeff Censored. I heard Jeff Censored is dead. But I don't know Jeff Censored. I don't know who that is. I'm not familiar with him. But I'm a damn sure check him out, because if he's dead, I don't know. But anyway, we just have to protect these people, man. We have to show them support. If you know any whistleblowers or these people come out, we just got to encourage people, man. We got to encourage people to speak out, and we got to let them know, like, look, I know if you speak out, your life could be in danger, but I got your back. I got your back. And we got to start sharing these stories with the people, because, like I was saying, this couldn't have come at a better time for the pharmaceutical industry. Guess why? Guess why? Because they got these new vaccines coming out. Well, they came out from Moderna and Pfizer, right? And everybody's all up in a tizzy. They're trying to decide if they actually want to take the vaccine or not. And all they need to happen is for people like Brandy Vaughn to be running her mouth about the dangers of vaccines while they're trying to get everybody and their mama to take the Tecate 19 crack scene. That's all they needed. Well, guess what? The information got out. These, you know, she apparently she has people that are looking out for her, and they're putting this information out there. You know what I'm saying? She basically had herself a dead man switch as well. So let's see what happens, man. Let's see what happens. All I know is that I'm not taking no crack scene. I got 8 million allergies. You know what I'm saying? I got all the allergies. Everyone you can think of. I got them. You want it? I got it. Allergic to water. That's me. I'm allergic to water, toothpicks, redwood. Only thing I'm not allergic to is vagina. That's the only thing I'm not allergic to. So, you know, that's it. Everything else I'm allergic to. You know, so I have to be real careful about what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a matter of fact, I use in order for me not to be affected, because I'm allergic to this cotton blend right here, but I have vagina juice lotion that I put on, and it kind of acts as a barrier. So it's like if vagina juice, aloe vera, some tea tree oil, and eucalyptus. I use that as lotion. You know, it creates a barrier for everything in the world that I'm allergic to. So that's how I'm able to move about. But it don't work against hypodermic needles. Hypodermic needles kind of like counteract the effects of that. So I can't get that like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, it just, it burns me up, man. It burns me up because I don't know. It's just like, why would anybody want to fight? Why would anybody want to fight for the people? My back. It's like, why? I mean, no, my wife didn't call this time. It was a real buffer. It was an actual buffer this time. It was an actual data dampening or whatever. But like, why would people want to continue to stick their neck out when they see stories like about what happened to Brandy Vaughn? Like, it just goes to show you, man, like, it's much easier to fool the people than it is to get them to know they're being. I don't know, man. I'm at a loss right now. You know, because she's somebody that really could have been a force because she has that inside knowledge. You know what I mean? Anyway, salute to Brandy Vaughn. My prayers go out to her family and, you know, anybody that she left behind. I know she had a son. I know she had at least one son. So, I mean, you know, I'm sorry that had to happen to your moms. And maybe in the future we can do much better in protecting the people that put their necks out for us, to give us this information. Let us know what these people are doing to us or trying to do to us. All right. So I'll holler at y'all later. I'm going to be doing a rucking live tomorrow. So we'll talk more about this tomorrow. I'm going to look more into this Brandy Vaughn situation. And I'm looking into this Jeff Censored and see what's going on with him. Like I said, I don't know this guy. But I'll check him out. I'll see what he got going on. And we'll go from there, man. We'll spitball. We'll spitball tomorrow and see what we can do. What can we do as a people to help and encourage whistleblowers to come out and blow the whistle? All right. So much love to you guys. Like, share, subscribe, share this information. Like I said, I'll put the link in the description to a video where she's talking about how she's being intimidated, and then we'll go from there. Much love to you guys. Peace out.